The FIA has just dropped explosive new evidence from Abu Dhabi 2025 that could put Lando Norris in serious jeopardy. Red Bull claims that Norris's off-track overtake on Yuki Tsunoda may now face a points deduction, threatening McLaren's championship standings. If enforced, it could spark controversy at the twist. The FIA confirmed that Norris's maneuver was legal because he was forced off-track to avoid a collision, securing his 2025 World Championship. And the fallout? Tsunoda was penalized with 5 seconds and a license point. Red Bull's risky strategy backfired, and the paddock is buzzing over aggressive defensive maneuvers and team tactics. Subscribe now because this shocking revelation rewrites the Abu Dhabi 2025 finale, and you don't want to miss a single second of the drama. The 2025 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix had already promised a dramatic conclusion, but Lando Norris's off-track overtake on Yuki Tsunoda added unprecedented tension to the paddock. During the closing laps, Norris was forced off-track to execute a crucial pass, initially cleared as legal by FIA stewards. However, Red Bull submitted new evidence claiming that the maneuver required further review, reigniting debates about track limits, aggressive defensive tactics, and the fine line between strategy and regulation. Telemetry from Norris's car provided precise insights into the maneuver. Engineers analyzed steering angles, throttle inputs, and vehicle speed at the exact moment he left the racing surface. The FIA's preliminary assessment indicated that this movement allowed Norris to maintain higher momentum and improve his exit speed through Sector 3. Red Bull compiled this data into a detailed report, emphasizing how milliseconds gained in such a critical section could influence championship outcomes. The FIA also examined the repeatability of the maneuver across multiple laps. By reviewing laps 31, 34, and 36, engineers evaluated whether the advantage gained was consistent or a result of unique track conditions. The analysis revealed that Norris's trajectory and precise control inputs consistently produced measurable performance benefits. This repeatability strengthened Red Bull's claim, highlighting the precision with which modern Formula One monitors split-second maneuvers. High-speed video footage provided further confirmation. Multiple camera angles captured Norris cutting the track while overtaking Tsunoda, visually corroborating the telemetry. Frame-by-frame analysis demonstrated that leaving the track enabled Norris to maintain an optimal racing line and higher exit speed. The combination of visual and telemetry data created a compelling foundation for the FIA to consider a points deduction, emphasizing the role of advanced technology in contemporary race governance. For McLaren, the potential consequences were significant. A points penalty could affect Norris's finishing position, alter the driver standings, and impact the Constructors' Championship. The team had to defend their driver while preparing for the FIA's review, all under scrutiny from media, fans, and rival teams. Every decision made in this post-race period carried immense stakes, highlighting how critical even minor incidents can be in modern Formula One. Red Bull's submission of new evidence introduced additional tension to the championship battle. By providing detailed telemetry and video, the team underscored the importance of strict track limit compliance and demonstrated how precise enforcement ensures fairness. This case illustrated that even brief off-track maneuvers could carry major consequences, showing how data-driven decision-making now defines modern motorsport governance. Finally, the paddock's reaction was immediate and intense. Analysts, commentators, and rival team principals debated the potential severity of the FIA's sanction and the precedent it could establish for future races. Abu Dhabi 2025, initially expected to end with high-speed spectacle, became a landmark example of post-race investigation and regulatory oversight. Norris's off-track maneuver demonstrated how every millisecond and trajectory decision is meticulously scrutinized, reinforcing the zero-tolerance culture that defines modern Formula One. The FIA's renewed investigation into Lando Norris's off-track overtake was triggered after Red Bull submitted fresh telemetry and high-speed video evidence. Engineers meticulously analyzed steering angles, throttle application, and vehicle speed at the exact moment Norris left the track to overtake Yuki Tsunoda. The data confirmed that the maneuver provided a measurable advantage, maintaining momentum and higher exit speed through Sector 3, which could affect race outcomes and competitive fairness. Mechanical simulations were conducted to replicate the incident under authentic race conditions. Using Norris's telemetry and vehicle dynamics, the FIA recreated his trajectory to assess tire load, suspension response, and aerodynamic effects. The simulations demonstrated that leaving the track allowed Norris to maintain higher speed and reduce energy loss, providing a tangible performance advantage that validated Red Bull's evidence and justified reopening the case for further review. High-speed video corroborated the telemetry and simulation data. Multiple camera angles captured Norris cutting the track while overtaking Tsunoda. Frame-by-frame analysis illustrated that the maneuver enabled him to carry a cleaner racing line and maintain higher exit velocity. This integration of telemetry, simulation, and visual evidence created a compelling, multi-layered case for the FIA to consider a post-race sanction. The FIA also analyzed the repeatability of the maneuver by examining multiple laps, including laps 31, 34, and 36. Each lap consistently demonstrated performance benefits derived from leaving the track. This repeatability confirmed that the advantage was neither accidental nor caused by temporary track conditions, but an inherent result of the maneuver itself. Repeatable performance gains are critical in determining the severity of potential penalties. Regulatory guidelines in Formula One focus on compliance rather than intent. Even though Norris maintained control and avoided collisions, leaving track limits to gain a positional advantage constitutes a clear breach. Red Bull's evidence demonstrated that the maneuver altered vehicle dynamics and lap performance in a measurable and repeatable way, reinforcing the FIA's rationale to review the case and consider a significant points deduction. For McLaren, the potential consequences were substantial. Depending on the FIA's final ruling, Norris could lose championship points or have his finishing position revised, impacting both driver standings and the Constructors' Championship. The team faced the dual challenge of defending their driver while preparing for the potential sanction, under intense scrutiny from media, fans, and rival teams. Every millisecond and trajectory decision became critical in shaping the post-race outcome. Finally, the paddock's reaction was immediate and intense. Analysts, commentators, and rival team principals debated the potential severity of any FIA sanction and the precedent it could set for future races. Abu Dhabi 2025, initially expected to conclude with high-speed spectacle, became a defining example of post-race scrutiny and regulatory enforcement. Norris's off-track maneuver illustrated how every split-second decision is meticulously analyzed to preserve fairness, integrity, and the zero-tolerance culture of modern Formula One. In Formula One, track limits are enforced with absolute precision to maintain fairness and competitive integrity. Any driver leaving the designated racing surface to gain an advantage is considered in breach of FIA regulations, regardless of intent. Norris's off-track overtake on Yuki Tsunoda was analyzed using telemetry, mechanical simulations, and high-speed video to quantify the exact performance gains. Even minor deviations from the track can produce measurable improvements in speed and sector times, which the FIA treats as serious regulatory infractions. Telemetry analysis revealed that Norris maintained higher exit speeds and optimized throttle and steering inputs during the off-track maneuver. These subtle adjustments allowed him to carry momentum that would have been lost if he had remained within track limits. In modern Formula One, milliseconds are decisive, and the FIA monitors every parameter of the car to ensure full compliance. The data confirmed that the advantage gained was consistent and reproducible, providing a strong technical basis for potential regulatory action. Mechanical simulations were conducted to replicate Norris's trajectory under realistic race conditions. Engineers evaluated tire load, suspension response, and aerodynamic effects throughout the off-track maneuver. The results demonstrated that leaving the track enabled Norris to maintain higher speed and reduce energy loss, producing a measurable performance advantage. This validated both telemetry and video evidence, giving the FIA a comprehensive understanding of the maneuver's technical impact. High-speed video corroborated telemetry and simulation findings. Multiple camera angles captured Norris cutting the track while overtaking Tsunoda, visually confirming the maneuver. Frame-by-frame analysis demonstrated that leaving the track allowed him to maintain an optimal racing line and higher exit speed. The alignment of visual and telemetry evidence provided a complete picture that justified potential post-race points deductions. The FIA also examined the repeatability of the maneuver across multiple laps, including laps 31, 34, and 36. Each lap demonstrated consistent performance gains from leaving the track. Repeatable advantages are critical in determining the severity of potential penalties, showing that the advantage was neither accidental nor caused by transient track conditions, but a direct result of the maneuver itself. Penalty assessment in Formula One considers both regulatory compliance and competitive impact. Even though Norris maintained control and avoided collisions, leaving track limits to gain a positional advantage constitutes a clear violation. Red Bull's evidence demonstrated that the maneuver altered vehicle dynamics and lap performance in a measurable and repeatable way, justifying the FIA's consideration of a significant points penalty. Finally, this incident highlights the zero-tolerance enforcement culture in modern Formula One. Every maneuver, no matter how brief, is analyzed with extreme precision. Norris's off-track pass demonstrates how telemetry, mechanical simulations, and high-speed video converge to provide a complete understanding of compliance. The FIA's scrutiny ensures championship integrity, showing that even minor infractions can carry major consequences for drivers and teams alike.